Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Brigatti. Today is Wednesday, June, oh my goodness, 3rd, 2020. I can't believe it's June already. I hope everyone's doing good. Today is going to be lesson 10 exit ticket. Last week we did not do lesson 9. We skipped it because we had like a wellness week. We kind of focused our activities on wellness. So we're going to get right back into math and some fractions. It's lesson 10, so I'm here to do the exit ticket. So I'm going to bring my camera over to the exit ticket. You can, of course, do this on Seesaw, or you can also just do it on paper and pencil. So get what you need while I go ahead and set up the camera. Okay, sounds good. All right, here we go. This is lesson 10. Our goal is I can compare unit fractions. There's that unit fraction again, which we know means has a numerator of 1, like 1/4 or 1/8. So we're going to be comparing these two fractions or different fractions with a numerator of 1 today by looking at their size. So we're going to look at the size of that unit fraction. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use fraction strips. So on the video on Thursday on WCNY, you can tune into this lesson. And then hopefully on Monday, you saw Mrs. Calabufo's lesson. She did the problem set with you, at least part of it, the first page. And then on Friday, Miss Yeager will do the other part. And there was no homework. We're not doing homework this week. So it's just going to be the lesson, the problem set, and the exit ticket. Okay, so here's an example of what I'm talking about. If you're kind of like, Mrs. Brigatti, what do you mean? So let's just pretend this is a fraction strip, and here's another fraction strip. And it's broken into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So my denominator is 4, and I'm coloring in one of them. So 1 out of 4, remember a fraction is parts of a whole. So we have 1/4 here in this fraction strip. Same thing down here, except it's 1/6. So this denominator tells me there are 6 equal parts, and one of them is colored in. But now what you're going to do today is you're going to take these two unit fractions and you're going to compare their size. So let's look at this size and look at this size. Which one is bigger? Yeah, this top one. This top one is bigger. So we can say that fourths are bigger than 6, even though the number 6 is bigger than 4. And this is the trick, right? This is the trick in fractions, because kids are like, oh, Mrs. Brigatti, I know 1/6 is going to be bigger than 1/4 because 6 is bigger than 4. But we're not comparing two numbers, boys and girls. We are comparing fractions. So it changes everything, right? And it's a trick. So the way we would write this is we'd say 1/4 is greater than 1/6. We have the alligator eat that bigger fraction. And it's weird, right? Because it looks like he's eating the 4, but he's not. He's eating 1/4, 1/4. So 1 out of the 4 pieces or 1 out of 6. So if these are candy bars, you guys know that you want to eat the bigger piece. So you would eat 1/4 of the candy bar, not 1/6. You want this piece, right? Yeah, that looks yummier and bigger and delicious. So let's just review these real quick. This is greater than. Oops, you cannot see that. I am so sorry. Let's try that again. I'm going to fold this because it's the only way I can do it. Okay, here we go. That's better. So this is our greater than sign. This is our less than sign. And what's this sign? Yeah, equal to. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our exit ticket. Please, if you don't have this again, it is okay. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that's a little bit better. If you don't have this, you can just use a piece of paper and pencil. Okay, go ahead and write your first and last name on the top of your paper. Today is June 3rd, holy cow, 2020. All right, here we go. Each fraction strip is one whole. So every time I look at these strips, I'm thinking of one whole candy bar. All the fraction strips are equal in length, and I can see that they all start here and they all end here. They're all equal in length. All right, here we go. Direction 1, color one fractional unit in each strip. Then 2, circle the largest fraction. And 3, here's a verb, draw a star to the right of the smallest fraction. Oh, wow. Okay, so we need to focus on largest and smallest. Okay, so we have 3 things to do: color, circle, and draw. There's our verbs. This is in our word problem. We have to focus on what is the question asking us to do. All right, number 1, color one fractional unit. Okay, so I'm going to start here, and I'm going to color one of them. Now, boys and girls, I have to tell you this. In fractions, you really can color any piece you want. But because we're new at this and because we're comparing fractions, it is the smartest and makes the most sense to color the one fractional unit right underneath each other, because it will make it so easy to compare them, because that is our goal, right? Is we have to compare their size. So it will make it a lot easier to compare these sizes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and color this one. And then go ahead and color this one. See how I'm coloring them? The first one. So they're all lined up. And now when I'm looking at these 3 pieces, it's really easy for me to compare them. Now I know it doesn't say to label, but I'm going to go ahead and quick label them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this fraction bar has 4 equal parts, and I colored in 1. So this is representing the unit fraction 1/4, this piece. 1, 2, 3. So this is in thirds. So we have 1/3 and 1, 2. 1 out of 2. 2 pieces, 1 is colored in. So we have 1/4, 1/3, and 1/2, right? We don't say 1 seconds, right? We say 1/2. Okay, so we did that. So I'm gonna put a little check here. We colored each fractional unit. Now we have to circle the largest fraction. So when I look over here, I see 4, 3, 2. So I want to circle the 4. Is that right? No, Mrs. Brigatti. We don't circle just the number, right? They're not saying which of these numbers is bigger, which of the denominators is biggest. They're saying which of these fractions is the largest. So I'm really going to use these pictures here to help me. Which one of these looks the largest? Right? If they're candy bars, which piece do you want? Do you want 1/4, 1/3, or 1/2? Yeah, me too. I want 1/2. Holy, look how big that one is when I'm comparing the sizes. Right, so what do we have to do? We have to just circle it. So I'm going to go ahead and circle it, because that's what the directions tell me to do. And I'll put a little check because I did that. And now we have to draw a star to the right. So our right is this way, of the smallest fraction. So which one is the smallest piece? Yeah, it's this one, but we have to draw the star on the right. 1/4 is smaller than 1/2. That's so weird, right? So we would kind of write that like this. Can you guys see this? We'd write 1/4 is less than 1/2. I know, it's so tricky, right? But we're not going to get tricked because we're in 3rd grade and we're smart and we know better, right? Even though that alligator is eating, it looks like the 2. It's really 1 out of 2, right? It's not just the 2 he's eating. So we're saying 1/4 is less than 1/2. And look at our pictures. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So if your sister says, I want some candy bar, I want some. I'll say, okay, I'll take a half and you take a 1/4, 1 out of 4 pieces. And she'll think, oh, she's getting more, but really you are, right? Okay, let's move on here. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit more. Yeah, that's better, right? Yeah, except I got to fold the paper again because I can't see. All right, let me see. How's that? Oh, that's nice and big, right? maybe too big because I'm going to need that space there to draw some pictures. All right. There we go. Okay, guys. So number 2 says compare unit fractions and write greater than, less than, or equal to. So we have A, B, and C. So we have 1/8. And then we have a circle. We're going to put our operational sign inside the circle, and we're going to compare it to 1/10. So I was going to write circles because in the lesson it shows that another way to compare fractions is to draw circles, like and pretend it's a pizza. But I was realizing how hard it is to draw tenths and fifths and sevenths. It's not easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and use fraction bars again, just like we did in the top, because it's easier. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw my picture because it's the only way I'm going to know right now. And when I'm drawing 2 fraction bars, I want to make sure they're equal in length. So the first one I have to do, if it says 1/8, I have to break it up into 8 equal parts. So I need 7 lines. And I'm going to color in 1 out of those 8. And then this one says 1/10. So this fraction bar is going to represent 1/10. So I'm going to need 9 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 lines to get me 10 equal parts. And I'm going to go ahead and color that in. All right, let's compare unit fractions. Let's look at this piece, 1/8, and let's look at this piece, 1/10. Which is bigger? Yeah, 1/8 is bigger. I want 1/8 of the candy bar instead of 1/10. So I have to have the alligator eat 1/8. So here it is. So I'm going to draw my operational sign and have that alligator eat 1/8. So we're going to read it like this. 1/8 is greater than 1/10. Okay. Let's go to this next one here. I'm going to go down here. I think you can see. Yep. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw 1 fraction bar, and this is going to be 1 whole. 1 whole thing. And the next fraction bar, equal in length, is 5/5. Oh, that's not a unit fraction. Wait a minute, though. 5/5. Oh, I remember something about that. I know if the numerator and denominator are the same, that's equal to 1 whole. I bet you that these might be equal, but I'm not sure, and I'm a good math student, so of course I'm going to go ahead and check my work. I have 1 whole, so I'm eating 1 whole candy bar. So I color in the whole thing. And here is 5/5. The denominator tells me to break this into 5 equal parts, so I draw 4 lines. And how many am I going to color in? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh my goodness, look at that. Let's compare these 2 fractions. They're what? Yeah, they're equal. So 1 whole is equal to 5/5. How about that? All right, and the last one, I'm going to go ahead and draw right in here. We have 1/7, and we're comparing it to 1/6. So I'm going to go ahead and use those fraction bars. And remember, when you're drawing them, make sure they're equal in length. So I'm going to have this one be 1/7 and this one is 1/6. I wonder, do you think you guys know the answer without even drawing the pictures? Think about what Mrs. Brigatti taught you, looking at those denominators, right? Well, even though 7 is bigger than 6, I remember, though, I don't just look at 7 and 6 and say 7's bigger than 6. All right, let's see what happens before I don't want to give it away. All right, so 7 equal parts, so 6 lines. Color in 1. 1/7, so this piece represents 1/7. And then we got this guy here, 1/6, so we need 5 lines, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, these are close, though. Look at that. Look how close that is, right? 1/6 and 1/7. Look how close those are. But I would definitely say which one is bigger? Yeah, 1/6. So we have to have the alligator eat this piece. So we're going to go ahead and draw it like this and have the alligator eat it, but we read it like this. 1/7 is less than 1/6. All right. So I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you didn't get tricked. Don't just do it on Seesaw and just go ahead and put in the signs and just not think about it and draw your pictures. Take your time and draw your pictures and try your best, guys. All right, so that's it for Lesson 10 Exit Ticket. Good luck and try your best. Bye.